Hey everyone! In today's video we are going to be using Python to plot out some data and create a simple visual that then we can put into a report or presentation. And it's actually quite simple. It will literally take one line of code for each data set that we have to be able to plot it out in a simple line chart. And we'll be using a package called matplotlib. So let's go ahead and install that here. I'm going to be using Jupyter Notebooks because I just like the visual that it gives me, and I'm able to just write short code chunks and be able to execute them right as I go to see if everything's working and get that visual, because we are going to be using, or the end result is going to be creating a simple line chart. So when installing a package in Jupyter, you just put exclamation point pip install matplotlib, which is the package we'll be using, and we go ahead and run that. When you see the little asterisk here, that means it's running. Then you'll see something pop up saying installation successful. In my case here, you'll see that it says requirements already satisfied. It's just because I've already used matplotlib in the past and I have it installed. So now the next step for us is to actually enter our data that we want to plot out. Now, what we're going to be doing is creating some variables and entering the data into a list. And just to do that, as a recap of my prior videos, when creating a variable, you put in the variable name equals, and then when we're going to be using a list, we actually put the data in brackets. Now, I'm going to be plotting out unemployment data for the United States and Canada from 2011 through 2021. I'm going to just copy pasting that from my other screen here, and it's literally in order I put 2011, 2012, 2013, all the way to 2021. Next, we're going to be creating a variable for the unemployment data for the United States. Now, again, I did a quick Google search and found a website that had the statistics. Not sure how accurate they are, but just for purpose of this demonstration, it really doesn't matter if the numbers are accurate or not. We're just going to be plotting out the numbers that we have from this website. And I'm copy pasting that list from my other screen, and make sure that it has the brackets. And I'm going to just copy paste the same unemployment data for Canada. So here you'll see that we have three lists. The one is the year, list number 2 is the US unemployment rate, and list number 3 is the Canadian unemployment rate. And these are all in percentages. This is all going to go into the same order. So 2011 for the US was 8.5%, and 2011 for Canada was 7.5%. It does have to go into the same order in order for you to be able to plot things out. So 2012 for the US was 7%, for Canada was 7.3%. Okay. So now we can just add another line here and actually start writing the code to plot things out. One thing with Jupyter is you see here there's no asterisk and no number. It's because I have not run this list yet to put it into basically the memory to be able to use for the next line of code to be able to use that information. You have to actually make sure it's highlighted and click run. You'll see now it's basically put into the memory for the next line of code to be able to use that. I don't know if that's the exact terminology or the proper way to explain it. If anybody does know the proper way to explain that function, please put it in the comments below. But now we can actually start writing the code in order to plot the data. And it's actually quite simple. What we're going to do is import the matplotlib package as pyplot as plt. Basically, I'm just using this to say, okay, let's use matplotlib as plt, so that way I don't have to write matplotlib every time when I'm going to be creating the plot. And then the line of code that I'm going to be using is plt.plot, and now I'm telling it, okay, let's grab the year, from up here. And let's grab the unemployment rate for the US. And let's label this as US. And in this simple line of code, I hit run, putting the asterisk there, so, and I plotted out the data from year and percentage, just like I have in these two lists, with that simple one line of code. Now, let's say I want to plot out the Canadian unemployment rate at the same chart. I just do plt.plot year, comma, unemployment rate CA, because that is the list of this variable. Put a comma and label this as CA. Now, this is not required. I do not have to put a label on here in order for the plot to work. I can actually just run that and it will give me that output. But what I want to do is I want to have labels to be able to create a little legend here and actually show which line is which. So what's orange and what's blue. So now I have my data plotted out. Let's make this chart a little bit more user-friendly by giving it a title. And you can do that by putting plt dot title, and let's put a string unemployment rate 2011 through 2021 US and Canada. Okay, so now we have some information there. Let's actually make that a little bit bigger and put it as blue. So color equals blue. And font size, let's try 15. Let's run that again. You can see now it's taking shape. It's actually, now we know what we're plotting out. Let's here add the legend, plt dot legend. Location, let's put it on the upper right or upper left. And basically what I'm telling here is I'm telling the package to pull a legend using these labels. That's why we created the labels. And now we can see that the US is in blue and Canada is in orange. So it's actually really simple. In just 2 lines of code, we were able to create the plot, but we added some other lines here to give it more context and explain to our end user that's looking at this chart what they're looking at. Now we can continue modifying or continue adding different legends or different data. Maybe even we want to plot out more countries, more data. We can just keep on writing code and keep on adding code to that. But it's that simple to just do a simple line chart, and that we can just then right click, copy the image, save the image as, and put that into one of our reports or our presentation that we would need to have this data plotted out for. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please hit the like button below to help me out with the YouTube algorithm. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification to be alerted of any future videos that I post on this channel. Thank you.